Hey, what is up guys? It is Phantom here and welcome back to a brand new video, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of me finishing over pixels. So, a lot of you surprisingly liked the first iteration of this video. I definitely recommend watching it before this one so you're caught up on all my shenanigans, and I definitely recommend you watch the homosexual version of this one as well. Essentially, my motivation for making a part 2 came to me when I realized there are a lot more absolute mommies in this game that just need to be capitalized on. Anyways, I'm gonna go check myself into a mental asylum, but I encourage you to watch the rest of the video. Be warned, make it past this intro and you may never be able to unwatch this, so yeah. Coming up first on the list, we have our very own third arc baddie, Mallory. I'm not gonna lie, when I first met Mallory, I thought she was kind of a whiny bitch who always bit off more than she could chew. But after careful consideration, I realized I wouldn't mind fathering her kids. Of course, her mother is a raven, and that would probably make for some very awkward family dinners. But hold on, does that mean our babies would be like 1/4 raven or some shit? I'm not sure. Anyways, throughout the quests, I've grown more accustomed to her, and the look that she's rocking nowadays really makes my blood rush. So yeah, I wouldn't mind getting down and dirty with Mallory once in a while. Of course, she's most likely a minor, and for legal reasons, so am I. If she isn't, that would make things really awkward. All in all, she definitely deserves to be on this list just because of how aroused she makes me every time I make intimate eye contact. She's the bread to my butter, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Next up, we have my girl Tatiana. Now, yes, she is a ghost, and come to think of it, yes, that might explain most of the necrophilia charges. Anyway, throughout most of my trials and tribulations throughout Darkmoor, she has always been my shining light. The peanut butter to my jelly, the Jill to my Jack, the Gretel to my Hansel, the Dworgen to my... Anyway, you get the point. She may be a spirit, alright, but she's definitely one of the most voluptuous spirits I've ever laid eyes on. Words can't explain the mouth-watering sensations I feel whenever I press my soft lips up against hers. What is wrong with me? Anyways, Tatiana will always be my go-to one-night stand whenever I journey into Darkmoor. I mean, this chick is down for anything. Kinky as fuck and fearless. She is one strong, independent woman who cannot do any wrong. Her entrancing stare is enough to bring me to climax on its own, and I will never forget the first time we... Actually, you know what? That's probably enough. That's probably enough gritty details. That's enough for Tatiana, everyone. Let us move on to the next victim. Coming up next, we have the Sultana in her unusually moist palace. Now, while she's very attractive herself, I'm kind of taking a liking to her little bony pal over here. Anyway, I like powerful women. Sultana herself matches that description perfectly. Let's just say I would not mind taking off my Nana's Caramel Delights hat to appease her wishes. Let's just say I get chills every time she pulls me into one of her loving embraces. Sultana single-handedly makes all of my erotic, luxurious Middle Eastern fantasies come true. And I gotta say, not many women can actually pull that off. She'll always be my go-to every time I am in Mirage, and I look forward to future sensations that may come about from our connection. Anyways, that's all the time I have for Sultana. Let's move on to our next volunteer. If you would have told me a few years ago I'd be having intense mermaid fantasies about a fake character in a dead MMO, I would have called you crazy, and also would have probably notified the police. But here we are. The Lady of the Lake. I still remember the day my name was carved into her rock. The day I gave her my Sword of Kings. The day the entirety of Avalon heard her screaming my name. I remember it just like it was yesterday. No, that's right. That's why I didn't upload. Anyway, I can proudly say that she is the only person with a fishtail that has ever riled me up properly. However, that isn't saying much considering I don't run into fish hybrids very often, and I pray that it stays that way going forward. You know, the height difference doesn't really matter to me. I've always been a little bit on the shorter side anyway. I'm always down to ride bottom, so it doesn't really make a difference to me. I only hope one day we can incorporate her little staff into one of our sessions. But that's all I've got for the Lady of the Lake. Let's move on to the final cougar on this list. And to round it all off, we have my personal favorite, Morganth, the superior mommy of Whiz. Fun fact, I'm actually an arachnophobe, so normally I wouldn't really take a liking to spiders. So that's when you know the sex is good. Anyway, 8 legs, man. Who would have thought so many unique positions and combinations were possible in just one activity? It's really amazing what great lengths Morganth has gone to ensure the pleasure of all of her partners. All I'm trying to say is I'd love to explore that Shadow Palace more. I really hope she comes back in the 4th arc like many people are speculating because I'm in real need of some action. Morganth, you can trap me in your web anytime. Now, I'll admit that spider-hamster hybrids would actually be pretty terrifying, so kids, just use protection. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it for the video, everyone. I hope I've made all of you sufficiently uncomfortable, and I look forward to doing it more in the future. If you've watched this video in its entirety, I recommend seeking professional aid. But yeah, that's gonna be all from me, everyone. If you liked the vid, a like is always appreciated, and make sure to subscribe to join my cult following today. Once again, a huge shout out to all the members of my channel. People like you make this shit possible, and you should feel good about yourselves. Anyways, I'll see all of you in my next video or stream, whenever that may be. Take care, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day, and peace out.